Alright, so you guys have been asking me about loadouts, and I'll start going over them from fresh gameplays from here on out, but any older gameplay uploaded will not have the loadout just because I really don't know the loadouts, guys. I switch my loadouts all the time. If I don't have it in the video, then I'm honestly not going to remember. But for this video today, I'm just going to show you guys my loadout here. And this is my competitive TAC build. Now, mine's a little bit different because the pros will chalk Corvus / Gen 2 and they'll put on Demo Clean Shot. Me, personally, I think Demo Clean Shot is useless for the way I play the game. So I just use Corvus / Gen 2. And I don't tune any of these attachments because I don't tune my Scar since I can't tune it in ranked play. So I just run it normally, and I don't really think tuning is all that important, to be honest with you guys. Like, it's more just personal preference. So any single time I really like to go over loadouts, I don't really even care to show the tunings because, like I said, they just don't really do anything major. But as you guys can see, Corvus / Gen 2, Tundra Pro Barrel, FSS Sharkfin 90, 5.56 high velocity, and TV Cardinal stock. For my secondary, I have the Akimbo P890s on because I'm trying to unlock the new F-Tac Siege. Using Akimbos will actually make the gun, or will unlock this gun, so I would highly recommend just putting on Akimbo pistols, so that way it's so much easier to unlock this. And, yeah, I have the FT Steelfire, the Bruin Express, the X10 Sidearm L400, the Akimbo P890s, of course, and the 12-round mag. And then, again, tuning, it doesn't really matter, but, you know, I just have it because it's Akimbo. I mean, I'm just going to not care about things like recoil or aiming idle stability, things of that nature. So I'm just going to go ahead, or aim down, yeah, like, aim down sight speed is completely pointless on Akimbo, as you know, so, like, but the tunings, they don't make that big of a deal, so they're honestly not really that important, like I said. And then I have a stun grenade on just because it's the standard equipment whenever I was playing ranked play a lot. Frag grenade, I really like frags just because you can cook them and get them accurately thrown somewhere. And then for my perks, I am using Bomb Squad, Scavenger, Hardline, and Ghost. This game has a huge problem with UAV spam, and that's the reason I'm using Ghost. Now, if the lobby isn't spamming UAVs, I'll either run Quick Fix or Bird's Eye, but of course, I'm playing solo, and I'm not gonna lie, UAVs are just so annoying, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw on Ghost because most people, whenever you have Ghost on, they're just lost. I'm being honest with you. And then Dead Silence, of course, just because I want to have silent footsteps because, well, I just want to be able to play a little bit sneaky and, you know, get around the map and make some nice cuts and plays and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the class setup. Let's get right into the video. Right, so here we are playing some Valderas Museum Hardpoint 10v10. I've been loving 10v10 lately, and I put that clip in there, the game crashing in Ground War, because I just wanted to show you guys, it's still doing it for me. It's Season 3 Reloaded, and they still haven't fixed this issue with Ground War in over 2 months. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I might just be done with Ground War unless they fix it, because I'm just so sick and tired of my game crashing over and over and over again. I can't even finish matches if I want to look at the scoreboard, and it's not even that I want to look at the scoreboard sometimes, it's more I want to look at the TAC map so I can see where people are positioned around the map whenever UAVs and advanced UAVs are pinging, and I just can't do that anymore because of the way the game is. So yeah, it's kind of pointless for me to keep playing Ground War if the game is just going to crash all the time. Anyways, this gameplay you guys are watching here, again, 10v10, Hardpoint on Valderas Museum. I'm not a big fan of this map, it just feels so big and plays awkward on domination. Now, in Hardpoint, I actually don't mind this map because it gets people moving around because of, well, obviously the spawns are rotating and the Hardpoint is rotating around. But in domination, this map just plays so boring in my opinion, so I'm just not a big fan of it in domination. Now, I got score streaks on as well because I'm going to be earning my streaks so much faster whenever I'm, you know, sitting around hills, getting kills off hills, or just milking the hill, which was something people used to do a lot back in Black Ops 2. And if you guys don't know why, back in Black Ops 2, you got 200 points every single time you touched the hard point if it freshly spawned in, or if the enemies were just on it and then you killed them off of it. Right here, I was actually looking at my phone. Oopsies. That's why I was missing all those jumps. And, In this game, it's only 100 points. You're not going to get a crazy amount of points by milking the hill, but you'll still be able to boost your score towards your streaks and all that kind of stuff, so obviously I'm going to use that. And like I said, I was going for my new pistol. I really wanted to use it. I picked it up off the ground in Ground War, and it seemed pretty nice whenever I was playing a match, so honestly I'm kind of excited to use it. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the MP9 from Modern Warfare 3, just because it had a really fast fire rate. It seemed to kill pretty quick, and overall it was pretty fun to use, and it seemed pretty consistent. So it honestly might be replacing the P890, and the X12 is my favorite sidearm in the game. So we'll see whenever I finally unlock it and get to put some playtime in. But yeah, this gameplay, I just want to show this because, you know, now that I've hit Iridescent in ranked play, I just want to make some video titles, you know, of Iridescents playing pubs, because a lot of the times, people who are high ranked in ranked play are really just ranked play grinders. They don't play pubs. They just only really care to play ranked, and you know that's their bread and butter. But for me, I'm the exact opposite. I'm actually a pub player who really just loves playing pubs. I don't really care so much for ranked, and I just want to do it one time just so I can hit the rewards. So yeah, now that I have the rewards and I don't have to worry about ever getting them again, I'm just going back to my old bread and butter, and that is pubs, and I am enjoying myself back in pubs again. It's just so much fun, and now that I'm on dynamic response curve, it feels like a whole new grind, because as I mentioned you guys, I switched to dynamic response curve because I felt like I was just getting had with standard on in ranked play. You can't compete against good players that are on dynamic. Like, if they're just really that good on dynamic, standard is just so slow and clunky to be able to compete with those kinds of players and be able to get on target fast enough. And pretty much if you're not already centered, you're pretty much screwed. So switching to dynamic really helped me out in the upper tiers of ranked play. I could feel the difference, and as I keep adjusting to it, the game gets even more fun for me because it just feels so clean, and I just love being able to piece people up with dynamic. You're able to get centered onto somebody's body and get those 3-shot kills with attack. It's so easy against the upper torso shots and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't tried dynamic already, definitely give it a try. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people still might like standard, like me. I was on standard until literally a couple days ago. And then other people might like linear, so it's all personal preference at the end of the day, but dynamic is superior for high-ranked play. Overall, though, the Season 3 update seems like it's actually pretty nice. They made some pretty good quality of life changes to the game to fix up the UI quite a bit, especially with the calling cards, which I'm finally super happy because InfinityWard has finally put in a calling card for dropping MGBs, and I have quite a few of these in this game. I would say probably about 250 MGBs on this game so far, and I haven't gotten any rewards for dropping all those MGBs. Now, I'm happy they didn't put a reward in here for dropping a ridiculous amount of MGBs, because that's just not feasible for, like, the average COD player, if not even most of the even higher tier COD players. Like, if you have ever looked at the stats of how many people ever dropped a nuke in Modern Warfare 2019, back whenever there was a public API, which was COD Tracker, only 10% of the community ever even achieved a nuke in that game, which means the nuclear calling card in that game was only available to 10% of the community, because only 10% of the community ever earned it. And in this game, they did the same thing, so the nuclear calling card exists, but there's 5 different ones, and you unlock them depending on how many MGBs you call in. So with 1 MGB, you get a calling card. With 3 MGBs, you get a calling card. With 5 MGBs, you get another calling card. And finally, at 10 MGBs, you get 2 calling cards because you've completed the Mastery Challenge and you've completed the 10 MGBs challenge. And I really like this, and I think 10 is a reasonable number. It gives those people who are capable of earning MGBs, you know, a chance to go ahead and grind for some more and still get some rewards, but it's nothing too crazy where people have to go out of their way to, like, drop 100 of them or something. So I think that's a pretty good challenge overall. And I think it's something that definitely gives higher skilled COD players something to grind for, and even people who maybe aren't all that great at Call of Duty, but they happen to earn some MGBs here and there, it's going to make them feel like they really accomplished something. And I'm really happy that InfinityWard is adding something like that, because I think that this game is really missing stuff for you to grind for in pubs. Back in the day, we used to have Prestige, And with Prestige, you could basically, you know, go through the level up system all over again. Every single time you hit the max rank and maxed out its XP progress, you could go ahead and hit Prestige, and then you would have to re-unlock everything that is normally locked at the military ranks all over again. And on top of that, you had your traditional calling card grind, and it wasn't just simple things like getting kills, hipfire kills, long shots, no. We had all sorts of things, use different perk combinations, use different attachment combinations, and you were rewarded with some really nice looking calling cards. And I think all these kind of things just added to the sandbox of the game, and you know, if you really saw a cool calling card that you wanted to unlock, then you could go for it. We had things like earning a nuke in free-for-all, which was a secret reward in a lot of Call of Duties ever since Black Ops 2. And you got a nuke in free-for-all, and then you had this really sick calling card you could show off on your player card, and people could see that you achieved one of the hardest challenges in the game. And they knew that they were probably going to be going up against a pretty good player, and it also gave them some information of what kind of lobby they were in. There were so many things you could grind for in older Call of Duty games, and I think adding this gives people something to go for other than just going for camo challenges, which in my opinion gets redundant because camo challenges have been around for so long. There's so many people that once they get their camo challenges done, they feel like they've beaten multiplayer and they just don't even want to play Call of Duty anymore because they have the mastery camo. There's nothing else to grind for because we just have seasonal prestige. We can only level up 200 times per season, and for me, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't take long at all. I hit level 650 2 weeks after the season coming out, and that's not even putting a crazy amount of time into the game. They had a triple-double weekend, which whenever there's double XP, and I was playing Ground War, and in Ground War I averaged like 80 kills per game, so I was honestly just flying through the levels. Like, I was leveling up off a 2-hour play session like at least 10 times. Like, it was crazy how fast I was leveling up whenever I was just going through the fresh levels this season, and I wish there was more to it. You know, I wish we didn't just have 200 levels a season. I wish there was more rewards for playing the game rather than most of it being locked behind bundles, but it is what it is. Anyways, the Season 3 update also did a whole slew of weapon balancing, and I'm just happy that they're going through and balancing things as well to keep the sandbox fresh and fun. And they're also reducing the ADS penalties, which is just something a lot of attachments have issues with. I really hope suppressors are one that they put into rotation next for getting some buffs on the ADS times, because the suppressors in this game are so penalizing, and I honestly just haven't been having much fun playing Ground War anymore because you're pretty much forced to run a suppressor if you want to have any sort of chance of staying alive, since you're going to be pinging all over the enemy's radar since there's like always UAVs being spammed, and suppressors just slow your gun down like crazy. So I really hope that InfinityWard does some changes next with those. It seems like this season they did mags. We'll have to wait to see just how much has changed with them. But overall, I think a lot of the changes that they introduced with the Season 3.5 update, some new weapons, all that kind of stuff, it's going to add some more fresh and flavorful things to the sandbox of the game. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.